Alright, as many of you know, I've been sharing tech career advice on the internet for over 5 years now. First as an Amazon intern, then as a solutions architect, and now as a cloud educator who's helped hundreds of learners get hired. But here's something I've been really frustrated by recently. The tech industry is on fire, and not in a good way. Employees are being laid off in huge batches, entry-level roles are becoming harder to find, and companies are openly discussing on how AI can help smaller teams produce the same level of work. Things are changing, but not in the favor of job seekers. Now, don't get me wrong. Change isn't always a bad thing. Without it, we won't have all the cutting edge tech we have today. The problem is that the people who are making decisions on where the future is heading aren't really thinking about what's best for you or your career. And so, welcome to today's video, which is a lesson on how to not get fired and replaced by AI, Tech Workers Edition. I'm going to be sharing 3 practical strategies for you to not just survive, but thrive in the tech industry as we head into 2027 and beyond. Let's get into it. My first recommendation is to start experimenting with AI in your current role, even if your company hasn't asked you to. And no, I'm not just talking about opening up ChatGPT once a week and asking it to write an email. Instead, take a look at the work you already do and ask yourself one question. Which parts of my job can AI possibly replace? Now, before you become all pessimistic and say 100% of it, remember this. AI is usually better at replacing individual tasks rather than an entire job. Most roles in tech are a combination of technical knowledge, communication, decision-making, business context, human relationships, and so on. AI can be the one generating code, writing documentation, and doing research, but it does need someone to review the output and understand how it fits into a wider project. And so start working more with AI to improve your own efficiency. If you work in the cloud, AI could help you with something like researching different services and coming up with a comparison table. In my case, I've personally delegated a lot of my research work to AI. Typically, when I'm making a video like this, I would spend hours reading through reports, comparing sources, and finding relevant stats. But nowadays, I can just get AI to do all of that for me. I still need to check each source before it goes into every single script, but it's honestly saved me hundreds of hours already. So yeah, the goal isn't to hand over your entire job to AI. It's to become more efficient at the tasks that AI already handles quite well, so that you can spend time on work that requires deeper expertise, context, and judgment. Because that's what's going to be valued more and more. And this does 2 things. First, it helps you proactively complete tasks faster. This can lead to faster promotions and, in some cases, a lower chance of getting laid off. And second, you'll be naturally building AI skills on a daily basis, helping you keep up to date. In fact, according to a report by Microsoft Work Lab, 66% of leaders say that they won't even hire someone without AI skills, and 71% said that they'd rather hire a less experienced candidate with AI skills rather than a more experienced candidate without them. Let that sink in. Now, speaking of the importance of AI, our next strategy is to not only put in the hours, it's to make sure your work gets noticed. Which brings us to point number 2, make your impact more visible. I've been saying this for years now, but with the rise of AI, it's now more important than ever before, both within your company and on the internet, to have a proper presence. First, let's talk about how to show your impact internally. What I recommend doing is keeping a monthly impact document, adding a short entry whenever you complete a meaningful project. When I worked as a solutions architect, it wasn't just enough to say I helped design a cloud architecture. The real value was whether that architecture helped reduce costs, improve performance, and help the customer actually reach their goals. A simple framework you can use to document your work is PCR, which stands for problem, contribution, and result. So what problem was the team trying to solve? What did you personally contribute? And what changed because of your work? This will not only help a lot in performance reviews, but also in providing stronger examples for your resume and future interviews. Now, when it comes to building your online presence, I would encourage everyone to record video content. And here's why. Because of how accessible AI tools are, there's now so much AI slop on the internet. AI-generated blogs, articles, and LinkedIn posts. When anyone can generate a polished post in a matter of seconds, people start placing more value on content that feels more and more personal. Videos give you a much better chance to show that. I mean, there are some AI influencers and content creators out there, but you can pretty much tell that they're AI. You don't have to become a full-on content creator or upload every single week. You can just record short videos of technical explanations or document parts of your life through storytelling, which is another really powerful skill, by the way, that is really hard for AI to replace. Now, speaking of creating more opportunities for yourself, one option is to start a business of your own, and that's where today's sponsor, Hostinger, comes in. Alright, if you've ever tried to monetize your content, whether that be a blog, a newsletter, or a community, you already know the massive headache that it comes with. I was actually scrolling through Reddit the other day and saw many people complaining about how hard it is to launch a subscription-based business, mainly because of the technical overhead. You know, from having to set up everything manually to running into tons of subscription costs when it comes to paying for third-party platforms. It's a classic roadblock. That's exactly what Hostinger Horizons is built to fix. Hostinger Horizons is an AI-powered platform that can literally build you an entire subscription web app in a matter of minutes, whether that be a members-only hub, a gated newsletter, or a private community. You just have to describe what you want in plain English, and the best part is that there's no transaction fees. Hostinger doesn't take a cut because it's your audience and you get to keep 100% of the revenue. Now, let me show you how easy it is to set up. To get started, just head to the Hostinger Horizons page using my link below. I'd recommend going with the starter plan with the annual option for the most optimal pricing. It comes with hosting, a free domain, and a business email. Plus, you get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so it's pretty much risk-free. Ooh, and make sure you apply my code TechWithLucy at checkout for a discount. Once you're inside, you just have to describe what you want to build. In my case, a subscription-based newsletter to help beginners learn AI, because I've been seeing a lot of Reddit posts with people asking for where to actually learn it. And look at that. In just a few minutes, this is what it comes up with. Pretty cool, right? To set up payments and start making money, just go onto My Store, Settings, Payments, and click Connect. And before you publish your app, you can customize it as much as you want. For example, adding in more content and setting up emails. You can even log in as a test subscriber to see exactly what your audience would see. Once you're happy with everything, just connect your domain and hit publish. And so, if you're ready to turn your ideas into recurring revenue, I'd recommend checking out Hostinger Horizons. The link to it is in the description below, and don't forget to use the code TechWithLucy at checkout for an extra discount. Okay, let's get back to the video. My third recommendation is to get closer to customers and business results. As AI gets better at producing code, documentation, and research, human judgment becomes more and more valuable, especially knowing which problems are worth solving. You don't need to move into sales or change careers. You just have to understand how your work affects customers, revenue, costs, and risk. For example, if you build a new feature, find out why customers actually wanted it or whether they actually will use it. If you improve an application, you'll have to understand whether it helped reduce costs, increase reliability, or help the company grow. This was a major part of my role as a solutions architect. And so, while AI might be able to generate several possible solutions in a matter of seconds, companies still need people who can choose the right one. So try to join in on customer conversations, learn how the company makes money, and understand what your team is responsible for delivering. Alright, if you've watched up until this part of the video and end up following the 3 strategies I recommended, there's still a harsh reality we need to talk about. And it's that you might still end up losing your job for reasons that have very little to do with your performance. A company might decide to cut off an entire product, outsource a department, or merge 2 teams. So alongside building your skills, also make sure to maintain relationships with previous colleagues and build an emergency fund where possible. The goal isn't to spend every day worrying about layoffs. It's to make sure that if one does happen, you'll have some professional and financial support to work out your next move. And there you have it, 3 ways to reduce your chances of being fired or replaced by AI. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below on which part of your tech role you think AI could most likely change. Bye for now.